You've just had the Magnificent Seven launch press conference, and I am joined by the magnificent Frank Warren. How are we?
Yeah, all good. It was good to have you back, mate. We had all those letters come in and all those emails saying, "Where are you?
Countless.
We want him back."
You couldn't get in the door, could you? Couldn't get in the door.
You're back. You're like Schwarzenegger. You're back.
It's great to be back, Frank. Tell me about this show then. I mean, it's that whet the appetite. I'll tell you what whet the appetite for me. Dennis McCann, Brad Strand, because they had a little go at each other as well.
Look, it's very competitive. We've got some Queensberry fighters against Queensberry fighters. We've got other Queensberry fighters fighting guys from around the world and so forth. They're all cracking fights. They're all very competitive. The last show we did last year I thought was an excellent show, probably the best British show without a doubt last year. And I think this one's going to certainly be following in its footsteps. And the fight you just mentioned, these guys, it's a sexy division for us. We've got so many good super bantamweights there, and you've got Liam Davis, obviously, is in a big fight for him, and want to set themselves up to be challenging and earning money in those bigger fights. So, they know what's at stake, and I know I always say it, but the beneficiaries will be the fans, because they're gonna have to. All of them have to be their best on the night.
Dennis McCann, he's moved up to Liverpool now. He's changed camps completely. I was speaking to his dad about it. He says that he doesn't have people around him bothering him. Normally, where he's at home, they're all on his case and whatnot. Is this going to be? It feels like a good move for him in terms of quiet.
Well, look, for him, he feels that's a good move for him. He's gone there, and the proof will be in the pudding, and we will see on the night. There's lots of things happening behind the scenes, and it can affect somebody's performance and so forth. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's what you do in the rings. On the night, that's all that matters. All that other stuff, it can be an excuse. It can be, the reason why this didn't happen and so forth. But it doesn't mean anything. On the night is what counts.
And on the night, Liam Davis can add another very important belt to his collection, which might lead to even bigger fights. Without
a doubt, and he's in with a real good competitor who's got a good, very, very good track record, and I think this will be, on paper, is his toughest fight. There's no doubt about that. But he's up for it. He's done everything the way a lot of people say it should be done, including myself. He's got the British, the Commonwealth. He's got a couple of also intercontinental belts. He's ranked in the top 10. He's getting better with every performance, and this is a real tough start to the year for him. But he comes through, and it'll set him up for some good fights this year.
What about Nathan Heaney then? He's now the British middleweight king. He's the guy on the throne, and other guys are they're targeting him.
Look, he thoroughly deserved it. I mean, it was one of the standout performances last year for somebody who a lot of so-called judges felt that he was overmatched. And, when you think Denzel come off of a tremendous challenge for a world title, which he could have won if he'd have started, not let those first 4 rounds just slip away until he changed his approach in the fight. Nathan won it in style. He boxed extremely well. He done his homework and came through it and showed that he's not just a big ticket seller, he can actually fight. I think a lot of people saying, he's getting better and better in every fight. So this is a tough fight for him. But I think between them, they've won 36 fights and it's 1 loss. So, when you look at his opponent, he's in there in the same position Nathan was when he went in against Denzel.
He said as much as well.
Exactly right, and that's what it is. So we're going to see how it goes. He's very confident, very, very confident. And I think we're going to get a real cracker of a contest.
Well, it's a tough fight, and look, speaking of tough fights, Joyce had a couple of tough fights last year, comeback trail now, and if it all goes right, big nights ahead for him.
Well, that's right. I mean, he mentioned earlier or you mentioned it may have been snakes and ladders, and it was the year of the snake for him last year. He went from being the most avoided heavyweight, and I mean that, nobody wanted to fight him, to coming off those 2 losses, which were great wins for Zhang, who've done brilliantly well. So now it's 2024. Has he, how will those defeats affect him? Can he come back? Can he get back to the top echelon of the heavyweight division? We will see. If he does, then there's some brilliant fights there for him to be had. And as for his opponent, He's only lost 2 fights, I think, out of 23, hasn't he? So, you know, for him, he'd be fighting a guy he feels is coming off of 2 losses, and obviously he's up for the fight. He bit our hand off, literally, when we offered the fight to him.
Tell me the situation regarding Sodiq and his fight on this show.
Look, we want to make the fight between him and David Adelaide. It's a tremendous, all-British affair. A lot on the line for both the fighters. David has been suspended at the moment by the Boxing Board of Control pending a hearing concerning him pushing the referee and his behaviour. That's got to be dealt with, and I'd like it to be dealt with quickly so we know where he is, whether he's going to be able to fight or not, but that's the fight we would like to make. I think, you know, for what he's done, he's got to pay the price, and whatever that is, that'll be. But this is a great opportunity for him as a comeback fight, and it's a great opportunity also for Sol to show what he's all about. You know, he took his last fight at very short notice, which in some ways is a little unfair to him. But we signed with us. We wanted to give him an opportunity, but it was short notice, and I think there's more to him than that last performance.
Away from this show, give me your thoughts on this Queensberry versus Matchroom dream that His Excellency has. I've seen a lot of graphics go around, people posting them around. What's the update there?
Well, we're working on it, and it's a funny thing. This show that's taking place, the Magnificent Seven, some winners out of that could be on the team. So we're going to pick out the respective divisions, who our respected fighters are from Queensberry, and I'm sure that Matchroom will be doing the same, and it's going to be very, very competitive. You know, I can't say there's going to be, as much as we're working together and doing things, there won't be no love lost on the night, I promise you. And, you know, no one will want to be losing. They all want to be letting the team down. So it's going to be good. I think it'll be great. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting night, and I am really, really looking forward to it.
Have you decided on a wager with Eddie yet? It was talked about before. Have we got a number?
Yeah, well, I've mentioned a number, and I'm seeing him. I think we've got him doing some meeting or photograph later concerning it. So we'll do it, and we'll work something out. But yeah, there's got to be a wager. Got to make it a bit more tasty, haven't we?
Not my wages.
It's tasty enough as it is, but I think, you know, we want a bit more spice to it, and there want to be a bit of. Was it up one man up the ship?
One up the ship
on it. So that's what we'll be looking for, and I certainly will be looking for that. And I believe that I believe in our fighters, so it's going to be interesting.
Final one, Frank, before I let you go. I know you're a very busy man. Fury versus Usyk. It is creeping up. We are very close to it now. It's coming up, undisputed. We saw Usyk in an ice bath the other day as well. He's made it very clear what he's going to do. What's the feeling from Camp Tyson at the moment?
Well, Tyson's training for a very, very important fight. 4 belts on the line. He's keeping his cards to his chest, and that's how it should be. I'm really looking forward to the fight. You know, there's a few people have said about, you know, will Tyson pull out or not? I hope that won't be the case. I don't believe it'll be the case. And it's going to be a great fight. There's no doubt about that. It's going to be a great fight.